Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Happy Glam Fabulous Podcast. We are recapping Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 6 Reunion Part 2. I actually feel like they should just go ahead and change the name to The Tommy Show, because this reunion was really centered around her. There were only maybe 3 conversations that did not involve her. But we're going to go ahead and start with Part 2 of The Tommy Show reunion. And they open it up with a gorgeous Jocelyn standing outside in a beautiful dress and beautiful shoes, beautiful hair, perfect makeup, talking to Stevie J, surrounded by security. What a great couple. And they're talking about if Jocelyn's going to come in, and she says no. And in the famous words of so many bankrupt people, fuck a contract. And I found that interesting. She said, fuck that contract. Now I can go ahead and focus on other things. The deal with the contract is that you have to fulfill all of its obligations or you are susceptible to litigation. I'm not sure that Jocelyn's lawyer explained that very well to her. He was just basically telling her what production was threatening. I don't think he urged her to go in and fulfill her obligation. I mean, even if she had just gone in and said, I'm just here so I don't get fined, that would have worked too. What do you think about Jocelyn not wanting to be on the show?
I think that her time on the show has come to an end. I don't think she can grow on the show. She can't really surprise you by doing anything else.
Yeah.
And some of her actions were getting pretty dark with the CPS deal. And
that's pretty evil.
You know, the molestation accusation.
It has nothing to play with.
Yeah, so I think it's run its course, and if she wants out of her contract, they should let her out of her contract.
But how do you feel about her just the pure refusal to perform an obligation? She clearly got dressed and went down to the venue, which troubled me. What I didn't like was that she said they're trying to get me in the room with all those people so I can act ugly. Jocelyn, I don't think you've realized that you are and have always been in charge of your actions. You don't have to drink. You don't have to engage in conversations that you don't wish to. As you see now, they are going for a little bit more friendlier and more secure reunion. They shut down any conversation that got too heated. Security was literally lying down on the stage. Like, I swear, anytime Tommy spoke, I felt like they all rose and stood, and it was like 15 people. And then you also have the freedom to walk off when things get uncomfortable. I think she should have fulfilled her obligation, finished her reunion, and then gotten out of her contract in a more legal way. What do you think about her last comment? The only way, it would take God coming down from heaven to stop me from where I'm going. Now, I was uncomfortable with that statement, but the little Ike Turner look at the camera killed me. Like, I was just like, this bitch is crazy. I love her, but that comment was too far. But I would have just gone for the look, and I'm sure somebody's gonna make that an amazing gift.
I think that it's a extremely bold statement. I can't remember any instances right now, but I feel like a lot of people have made that statement, and then immediately after,
Titanic,
yeah, the Titanic was one of them.
Yep.
There you go. The Beatles are more famous than God, then half of them died. So it's a really bold statement, and I think that, what comes with that statement comes with it, you know?
Let's hope she repents. Okay, so they go on and they talk to Stevie, and he says, they're in a great place right now, but he will never be with her again because of how she's treated his children. Good job, Stevie J. You're a dad who gets it. I love that he finally said, hey, you need to respect my kids and you don't need to abuse my children. Making false molestation claims is extremely dangerous and detrimental to all involved if they are not true. It's one thing if you are not sure about something and you want, CPS or the police to look into it. Good for you for speaking up. But by lying about it, it negates all of those cases that get thrown out or get ignored or get second guessed because they aren't sure about the intention of the person making the accusation. That's not something to play with. The safety of children is never okay to jeopardize.
Fake accusations should come with prison time.
I do feel like there should be a charge, and I do feel like there should be severe punishment. I agree. If it's something, please look into this situation, look into this matter. Okay, that's different. But to say to send CPS there and to do it maliciously with no kind of evidence, no kind of afterthought, no kind of instance where you thought that was really happening. Like, you're bold-faced lying. Not cool.
She literally did it because I think Stevie J has enough on her to make a custody battle a legit battle. And
right.
So when somebody has even an inkling of any type of molestation on their record, it completely pushes things in the opposite direction. So it was strategic on her part,
but terrible.
Yeah, but extremely horrible, and she should have to do prison time.
And she doesn't care much
for
about her own child, if she would be willing to do that to the father of her child for no reason.
Oh, she's so damaged. She can't even think that far.
That's what's messed up. But so then they go on. Stevie says what he says. He also makes some pretty crass comments that I wasn't fond of. I'll still smash her from time to time. Blah blah blah. So they do a side by side of, what is her name, Esmeralda. Of Jocelyn and Esmeralda dancing in the studio, and they left off Shay McBrace's face, because she did the little dance in the studio too, and poor Shay McBrace's face, but it was identical. Now I will say this: Jocelyn is an amazingly beautiful woman. She is gorgeous. You can say whatever you want about her terrible attitude and choices, but that woman is gorgeous. Esmeralda is really pretty as well. She looked flawless at the reunion, and I actually like how she carries herself. I like that she is always extremely in control and respectable. What do you think about Esmeralda versus Jocelyn?
I don't think I've seen enough of her to really know what she's all about, but it's from what they've shown, she seems to be a pretty decent person. Jocelyn she's so ugly on the inside that you can't really necessarily be physically attracted to her, even though she has the necessary features to be an attractive human. You can't even look at her in that way. You just look at her as like almost
puppet?
Some type of
reality show puppet. Okay, well, we move on to talk about Mama D and Ernest, and I have to say, it was a funny little segment. I liked it.
The worst thing a mother can say in front of her son is that my pussy still gets
Nope, I can't
wet.
hear it anymore. I can't. You know what? The worst thing you can say in front of your child is your pussy still gets wet. But then the worst thing you can do is be on the show with your child and film a sex scene, including lube. That was terrible last season, and I'm sure Mona got a lot of complaints about that. But they talk about their relationship. I don't like the way Mama D... I hate when people are broken and they don't have positive relationships with their parents, so they take it out on their partner or other people, and by making comments that if you have that relationship, you find atrocious. Because she made a comment to Ernest that's saying, your mother doesn't screw you like I do, and if she does, then we need a threesome. That would have been the day I filed my papers for divorce. You don't talk about my parent in a threesome with me. What the hell? It's not funny. It's gross. I was hoping that Nina asked her about that. Like, hey, did y'all have this conversation later about how inappropriate that comment was? It really upset me. And she said, there are 7 days in a week. Thank you for letting us know, Mama D. But Mama D looked pretty at the reunion. But there are 7 days in a week. And Ernest spends 5 of those days with his mother. What do you think about that?
I think they're both pretty up there as far as age goes, so that means his mom is even further up there. I'm pretty sure she needs all type of assistance. Mama D is not shy in mentioning that Ernest doesn't have a lot of money, so he obviously can't afford for his mom to pay for his mom's assistance, so he's probably doing it himself.
You're probably right.
Which is 100% fair if you have a woman who's going to be willing to support you. I'm pretty sure if Mama D would help out, maybe he would only need to be at his mom's house 3 days a week instead of 5 days a week. But she is a very, very interesting person internally.
I wonder why she doesn't go with him when she can. Like, that's your mother-in-law. You know what I mean? Like, God forbid something happened to your mother. I wouldn't be like, you going over there again? I would be like, oh, okay, what time are we heading out? Well, poor Mama D. So then we move on. Poor Scrappy looks like he wants to die. I kind of wish those clothes would have died, because Scrappy, what the hell are you wearing, dude? I know you moved to Miami, but my God. So Scrappy talks about moving to Miami and losing the Bam. He says she's a really good person, but I think we could all see that Scrappy wasn't ready to settle down. And Bambi did look kind of like a nag. It just didn't look like it was a fit. The chemistry was ridiculous. It just wasn't what it was. So I'm kind of glad that relationship is over. I'm excited to see the premiere of Love and Hip Hop Miami and see Scrappy start a new life down there. I would love to see Erica come back. I want them to do whatever they have to do to get Erica back. I really liked her. I'm trying to think.
Talking about Pinkett or his
Oh
baby
no,
mama?
she wasn't even a real person.
Erica Pinkett?
baby mama. Stop. Erica Scrappy's baby mama.
Talking about
Pinkett
Pinkett?
was bullshit. I hate her. I hate Erica Pinkett. She was trying her best to be a side chick. Like, who the fuck? Ugh, anyway. So then we move on to what comes after that. Oh, Tommy. We talked to Tommy again about her and KK and all of them. And we see she and KK go back and forth. Tommy makes an extremely bold statement saying she's grateful for her mother because she taught her a lot about scamming. She taught her how to scam and steal, but not to hoe. Okay, anything in comparison with hoeing and selling your body, doing the opposite to make a living will probably be beneficial on the other side. You can probably praise the other option because that should really not be an option. However, if you as a mother teach your daughter that the only way to get ahead is to either scam or hoe, and that you will be proud of them for scamming, then you haven't done your part as a mother. And Tommy is right. Her mother was terrible. And she's still terrible. Her mother she actually wanted Tommy to thank her for, risking felony charges to put Tommy in like high-end clothing when she was an infant. The hell is wrong with you? The fact that you made that choice and thought high-end clothing for a baby. First of all, I can have $1 billion. I'm not buying my kid Marc Jacobs. But
they literally grow out of things in 2 days.
It doesn't even matter. Like, clothes are clothes, dude. Like, the hell. I didn't like that whole situation with her mother. I did feel bad that Tommy felt so cornered that they put her mother on the show and her mom tried to exploit their relationship to turn up on the show. That did break my heart. And she was like, I think she thought that's what these people wanted.
Yeah, it kind of exposed Love and Hip Hop. I think that she didn't go into the detail, but you hear Kirk kind of say it when he's having his little moment after all the nonsense. And now Tommy hinted at it. Jocelyn has hinted at it as well. They do what's necessary to make sure that their ratings stay up, even if it means ruining people's relationships and their lives. Yeah. And it's something that, the directors and the producers and the creators of the show really have to look at. Are your ratings worth, or are you paying them enough to ruin their lives, first and foremost? And then are your ratings worth ruining people's lives and their relationships? And can you sleep at night? But I'm sure on those 14,000 count thread sheets that Mona probably sleeps on, she's probably good to go.
Mona's the devil. That's what Charlamagne said. I did not say that. So
I agree with Charlamagne. I think reality TV shows for African Americans, I think it does sets us back a bit.
Why doesn't Tia and Tamara's show set more of a standard? That was a really good show because everyone said Lala's show was canceled because quote unquote it was boring, but it was boring because people thought it was boring because it didn't have a lot of drama. Not true at all. That show was boring because it was fucking boring. It was just boring. Lala is great and I love her, but she is an extremely monotone and non-enthusiastic person. She doesn't reveal a lot about her life. She shows you a very surface level peephole into her life, which is her prerogative. But some people aren't meant to be on reality TV if you're private, and I agree.
I bet her reality show would be bomb right now, though.
Well, yeah, because she's got drama. You could actually relate to her, and I agree. But Tia and Tamara's show was good, and they didn't have a whole bunch of fighting. They didn't have any cussing, acting a fool. They literally just showed you what they do all day, and their interviews were really good and entertaining, and they weren't. The whole thing with like Poe and that other one, it all felt extremely staged on her show. But Tia and Tamara's show was not staged. It was really, really good, and I liked them since I was a kid, so it was extremely relatable.
Shout out to Sister coming back too. That's gonna be amazing.
I'm excited.